Hey y'all, just went and picked up a little food because I've been running around, worked up an appetite. I need a tray. So I got, first of all, I can't tilt it too much, I got the vegan lentil dal soup. This soup is so good. Got some garlic mushrooms, some falafel, and tabbouleh. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but this is what I got. And then the drink, I got one of these Thai tea almond lattes. I think I showed y'all this before in a previous video a long time ago, but I really like these. They're quite tasty. So yeah, today is such a gorgeous day, y'all, and I'm really excited. Whoa, when I said that, it got like cloudy, but I think the sun's coming back out. Yo, I'm very excited today because today is the day I finally get my procedure done. Remember I was telling y'all on a previous vlog, I think it was last vlog or maybe the one right before that, but I was telling y'all that I wanted to get my eyebrows done because I was so tired of taking so long in the morning to fill in my brows. I wanted a more easygoing solution, something that I could just wake up and go. So I'm getting my brows done today. It's the very first time I've ever had my brows done, I believe. Definitely the first time in my adult life that I've ever had someone touch my brows besides me, to my recollection. And today I'm going to be getting it's like a shaping, so I think they're going to wax to, you know, clean up my brows. She's going to do a lamination and also a brow tint. I wanted to try that before I went to something more permanent, such as microblading, because I'm a little scared of microblading. So I didn't want to commit to microblading just yet. I wanted to see if the shading and the shaping could help my brows. So we're going to try that and see how it goes. The place that I'm going to, this place has really good reviews. They have all 5-star reviews. So I think I picked a good place, and but we shall see in a bit. My appointment is in about 40 minutes. So after I eat my lunch, I'm gonna head there, and then we will talk about the results. I'll give you all my first impressions, and yeah, so I'm really excited. I'm also going to be getting an eyelash lift and tint as well. I wanted something that would give me the effect of more like opened eyes, which mascara does, and also lashes. But again, I wanted to be able to wake up and just have the look without having to do much. My eyelashes are like barely there, so I don't know how effective that's going to be with my lashes. I don't have, like, some people, they have really full lashes, really long lashes, and they just look amazing. They just need a little curling, but mine are, you can barely see them. So we'll see what this person is able to do with what I have. But yeah, this is the before of my brows. Y'all can see they're not looking the best. I feel like my brows in their natural state, they just make me look a little haggard. They make me look a little unloved, unkept, and we want to fix that. That's good, y'all. Sans savoir quelle main on va tomber. J'ai sur les féfés, je préfère mieux ça qu'au dit tété. Je la joue cool. C'est vrai que j'en ai tant rêvé. Et je roule. Okay, y'all, I made it to my appointment. I have about 10 minutes before I go in. I've never been in this area, this like shopping center. I see a lot of elderly people walking in to this place. Maybe, are they getting their brows done? It's a lot going on, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, this is not what I was expecting, but like I said, this place has really good reviews, so we shall see. But anyway, I just wanted to check in before I go in, and then as soon as I come out, I'm gonna show y'all my results. Okay, let's go. Okay, y'all, I'm done with my procedure. Y'all, it took way longer than I thought. It took like 2 hours, and I was expecting to be in and out. If I knew it was going to take that long, I probably should have bought a Snuggie. And before I show y'all, how about almost when we were finished, the lady, she just screamed out, I'm not in love. And I was like, oh my goodness. I started freaking out a little bit because I thought she meant she wasn't happy with how the brows were turning out. And I'm like, did I just get botched? But she was actually referring to the song that was playing. I was nervous for a while. I was just hoping and praying I didn't walk out here looking like Fire Marshal Bill. Anyway, without further ado, let me show you the after. Okay, here it is. So here are the brows. They are a lot darker than they're gonna be right now. They will darken, she said, by tomorrow by about 20%, and they'll look more natural. She left some of the color, like she didn't wipe all of the dye off, the tint, because I have a lot of sparse areas where I really just literally have no hair on my brows, so she left some of that on there. But how big of a difference is that? Brows really make such a big impact on how you look, like how you present. And my thoughts on this is I'm happy now that I won't have to wake up and go through the process of filling my brows. But the actual shape though is not necessarily what I would have liked. I feel like they, especially this brow, it looks like way more of a curve than I do. I would do like this and then I would kind of come down a little bit. It would be more of an angle instead of like a curve. I think I like this brow better. Y'all. But overall, the experience was really nice. Oh, and my lashes, y'all saw before my appointment, I had like 0 lashes. They were non-existent. And now, it's like I have on a pair of supernatural false lashes. Look at that. So I'll list right here all the services that I got in case you guys are interested. My brows, let's check in tomorrow. We're gonna check in tomorrow and see how I'm feeling about them then. Because these are just, you know, super fresh and I don't think I'm getting like the full true after effect. So I'm gonna hold my rating on the brows until tomorrow. But the procedure was pretty simple. The only thing with the lashes, y'all, it took a long time for these lashes. It was a lot of steps involved. I like the outcome of the lashes, but I don't know how often I would get this because it just seemed like it went on and on and on and on with the lashes. And also at the end, whatever she put on my lashes at the end, they burned my eyes. So my eyes were like, I was like this. I got a facelift because I was looking scraggly about the brows. Now they have some shape to them. They got some fullness. They might not be the exact shape that, you know, is my thing, but is better than what I had before. Yeah, lately I've just been trying a bunch of different things. I also want to try, this is like random, I also want to try cupping. So my next massage appointment, I'm going to go to this place that does cupping and see if I like that, because I've been like seeing it over the years and wondering about it. So I finally was thinking to myself, I need to just try it and see how I like it. Why not? So yeah, but that was just a tangent. Anyway, let me go ahead and head home and I'll hit y'all back. Okay, bye. I got a tiny bit of time until I have to head back out and go pick up the boy from school. I am gonna straighten up a little bit and do these dishes that are in the sink. We don't have many. But yeah, I wanted to come on real quick and talk about something that I got a question about. Because remember in my last, I believe it was my last vlog, I was telling y'all I needed to go to Home Goods, but I tried to go, but then I got overwhelmed. I just wasn't in the mood because it was so many people in there and I just wasn't in the right headspace to deal with it. You know, people are doing holiday shopping and they have like all these decorations and everything. It was overstimulating. I did go back to Home Goods and I got most of the things that I needed. I was looking for stuff to like accessories to shoot the photos for my cookbook. So yeah, I did go back. But anyway, somebody on that video, they commented and they were like, I noticed that you don't really do holiday decorating. Do you decorate for the holidays? Do you do anything special? And the answer to that is no, okay? Absolutely not. I do not decorate for the holidays or the seasons or anything like that. I just decorate whenever I feel the mood. Whenever the mood strikes me to change things up in here, that is when I do it. I do not decorate for holidays, and I actually don't celebrate holidays in a traditional sense. I mentioned this before, but I think it was years ago, but I do here and there get questions about it, like what do you do for this holiday or that holiday? I actually, if it was my way, I would do absolutely nothing for any holiday. Sometimes I do celebrate it, kind of, like for instance, for Christmas, we don't put up a tree. We don't, sometimes we do hang up stockings and put little knickknacks in there, just but I decided, it was probably like 10 years ago, I want to say, I decided to stop celebrating Christmas the way that I used to, because I realized it just brought so much unnecessary stress trying to figure out what to get this person and that person, braving the crowds. It was just a lot of headache, I felt like. And I got to a point where I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this when I don't have to? I actually don't have to participate if I don't want to. So I stopped celebrating Christmas like I used to. No tree, no decor, even no Christmas presents. And I started that when I only had one kid, and she was used to celebrating Christmas, so it was kind of a shock to her. But she was lucky because like her other side of her family, when she would go there, she would get presents from them, but she just knew like in my house, we wouldn't do the whole Christmas shebang. And after like the first 2 years, she kind of got used to it. So that's how the rest of my children have been raised. And I just find it to be so much more enjoyable. Like this time of the year, I can go out, I can enjoy the lights, I can enjoy the decor of other places, but not have to be worried about what am I gonna do, what am I gonna buy, how am I gonna organize this and that. It takes so much of the hassle out of it. And for some people I know, they get so much enjoyment out of shopping for people and putting up decorations and doing this and that. For me, it was an absolute opposite, and so it just did not work for me. But I know a lot of people do enjoy that. However, to take a step back and not have to feel the burden of just running around like a chicken with my head cut off and racking my brain trying to come up with things to buy, when really, especially for my kids, they are already spoiled. Everything that they need and most of the things that they want within reason, they get it throughout the year. So I didn't feel the need to, okay, it's this one specific day of the year, society tells me I need to go shopping. Like, no, I'm opting out. I'm opting out. I don't want to participate anymore. So yeah, that is that. And it works really great. Actually, my son's birthday, he just turned 7 recently. We were telling him like the things that we were going to do. Like, hey, we're going to take you here. And then after school, you can open your presents. And y'all, when we said that, his eyes got like this big. He was like, I get presents too? Like he was not expecting presents for his birthday. That's the kind of like kid that he is. The little things to him are big things. And actually he loves experiences. He cannot stop talking about this trip that he took over the summer and how good this restaurant was that he went to. He loves to travel. He loves experiences. He loves to create stuff like arts and crafts type of things. I love the fact that I'm not raising children who are just expecting things because it's a certain day. And you know, everybody has their own thing, how they like to live and how they like to do things. But for me in my house, Joel Osteen voice, but for me in my house, no, we're sitting it out. Now, with that being said, Thanksgiving is coming up. It's in a few days. And we are celebrating that because we're traveling to visit family. We're gonna be going on a plane. And I'm nervous about that, y'all. I'm nervous about it because the babies, my twin A, from the womb to now, okay? He's been consistent. I will say that he's been consistent. He does not care. He does not care where we are. He does not care who's around. He does not care what the situation is. If he wants to turn up, he's gonna turn up. So I'm mentally preparing myself right now for this trip. I'm thinking like, okay, what are we gonna have to entertain him? What are we gonna have? And his brother too, Twin B, he's starting to be into everything and wanting to do this and go there. But Twin B, he's easier to corral and to, you know, manage and get calmed down. Twin A, sometimes it's like you do everything you possibly can and it does not work. You just have to let him do his thing. It's gonna be interesting, but it should still be fun. It's just the actual airplane travel is what is, it's on my mind, but hey, you just gotta do it. The last time we traveled in an airport with the babies, they were not walking yet, and that made it so much easier. Now that they're mobile and they can run, the game has changed. Also, let me show y'all. We had to remove all of the dining chairs. The counter stools that used to be right here, we had to take those away because the babies like to climb on the chairs and then climb onto the table or climb onto the counter. So we had to take those away. So if we want to sit at the counter or sit at the table, we have to go and get the chairs out of the storage room and bring them here, sit down for the time that we want to sit, and then put them right back, because otherwise they will just climb all over the place. So that's what I'm dealing with, y'all. The fun of having toddlers. But they're so cute, y'all. They just took their fall pictures and they're so cute. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Now that I'm talking about them, I kind of miss them and I want to go pick them up early. So we have our hands full, but it's lots of laughs. It's lots of entertainment every day. Every day. But yeah, anyway, let me go ahead and do these dishes, vacuum this floor, get these kids. I'll hit y'all back. All right, bye. Good morning. It is the next day. I feel like my brows have lightened up a little bit. What do y'all think? I'm liking them more today than I did yesterday. I feel like they are softening. They're not as harsh as they initially looked. The one thing though, the lady told me I can't get the brows or the lashes wet for 2 days. So it was a little bit uncomfortable not being able to completely wash my face, because I like to do all the things in the shower with my face wash. I couldn't do that. I had to just wash the bottom part of my face and lightly wipe around my eyes. So yeah, that was a thing. And I'm getting ready right now. I'm putting on just a tiny bit of a face because I want to see how the brows look with foundation on. But this morning when I dropped off my son to school, I didn't put anything on except gloss, and it was a really nice feeling to just put on some gloss and be gone. So yeah, I love the fact that if I don't want to do absolutely anything in the morning to my face besides wash it, you know, and moisturize my lips, then that's what I can do. Yeah, so far everything is going well. And I just can't get over the fact that you can actually see my little baby lashes. It's crazy. Only thing is, I feel like the front of my brows, they're getting a little, I don't know if I'm supposed to actually do this either, like put powder on my brows, because I'm supposed to be avoiding this area and I can't wipe it, or well, I can wipe around my brows, but I'm really not supposed to be doing much to this area. This little Bermuda triangle right here gets very oily to me, and it makes the brows look shiny and a little, I don't know, false. So I put a little powder there just to kind of mattify. And about the shape, I'm not too mad at it anymore. I still feel like they're not exactly the same shape. First of all, yeah, this one I feel like it goes to this high point too soon. I feel like the high point should be like right there, maybe like right there. But I have to remind myself, perfection was not the goal. I just wanted ease and the option to do a little more if I want to, or just not do anything if I don't want to. So that's the update on the brows so far. I feel like as the days go on, they'll lighten up more and more and they'll look a lot more natural. They still look a tad bit harsh to me. Girl, it is so gray and dreary outside. It's making me want to heat up a bowl of soup, get in bed and watch a Lifetime movie. Like that's the vibe it's giving today. But anyway, I'm on here looking at tickets. Yo, I'm looking at tickets because I want to go to this concert, this boy band that I still love. And y'all, whoever has been here since the very, very, very beginning, if y'all remember my first username, comment it in the comment section. But yeah, I'm going to see them. Hold on, wait a minute. What am I clicking on? Okay, find tickets. Because they are in Vegas right now. Hold on. Y'all! Why are these tickets $700? What the? Alright, let me go to another site. Hold on, man. Hold on now. $700? And it goes up from there. I got... Okay, the lowest price I see is $630. for one freaking ticket. Hold on, no, wait a minute. This can't be right. One ticket. February 5th? Who said I want to go on February 5th? But even still, February 5th is a random day, 2.5 months from now. And these ticket prices, y'all, what is happening? The lowest price I see on this site is $582. And that's just for one ticket. Okay, so let me explain. I'm looking for just one ticket because I'm thinking about going to this concert by myself. And by the way, of course, it's Backstreet Boys concert. I have seen them in concert a couple times and each time is always phenomenal. I have not seen them in a couple years and I still love them. I still want to see them and they're in Vegas now. I actually want to go back to Vegas. For the longest time, I thought that I hated Vegas because I had been a couple times before, never really vibed with it. But the last time I went, it was one of my baby moon trips during my last pregnancy. I had the time of my life because it was just so chill. Like, tried a bunch of different restaurants. I went to a show, hung out at the pool. Like, it was very low key. It wasn't too much going on. And really, Vegas is what you make it. Because when I left the last time, I was like, I need to come back and try these other restaurants that I didn't get to. And I also want to see some other shows and stuff like that. I'm not a big gambler. I think when I went, I might have spent like $10 in the casino, maybe 20, but I don't gamble like that. So that's why, like, I thought Vegas wasn't for me, but I'm more of on the low key end of it, and you can definitely just relax and chill and rejuvenate there. And they're at the Sphere, which I've never been to. So that should be interesting to see as well. And I thought that this would be like a really cool thing to do because I have been seeing people like online, social media, who travel to places and they're like, I want to do this and that, and I don't have time to wait for somebody else to join me, or I don't have time to try to put this thing together. I want to experience XYZ, and so I'm just going to go solo. So this is like the type of time that I'm on right now. If I see something that I want to do, I'm going to go do it. I don't have to think about anybody else coordinating this. I can just go myself. And also it just makes it easier for like childcare if I just go by myself. So this will be nice. It'll be like a relaxing solo trip. I just have to figure out what dates I want to go. I'm still tripping off of these tickets, y'all. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this will be a cool experience for me because I've never traveled just to go to a concert and to go to a concert by myself. This time I want to make it a whole experience and also schedule some spa times. I really love going to the spa, if you guys don't know. I'm in the beginning stages of planning this solo Vegas trip, but I'm very excited about it. And in my last travel vlog, when I went to Montreal solo, a lot of people were like, I would love to do solo traveling. I would love to try it. I've never done it. And some people were like, I'm scared to solo travel. I don't know what I would do. Maybe I would be bored. Yo, I'm telling you, you gotta try it at least one time in your life. If you are scared to go somewhere far and foreign, maybe start small. Start in your neighboring state or a few states away, or even like the other side of town, you know, just to get your feet wet. But it's so fun, y'all. And you can literally just fly by the seat of your pants. You can do whatever you want. Whenever something pops into your mind, you don't have to discuss it. You don't have to weigh your options as far as what the rest of your travel party wants to do. You can just do it. It just feels so freeing, so adventurous, and it's going to be exciting. If you have ever gone to a concert by yourself, especially if you traveled somewhere else to another location and gone to a concert by yourself, tell me what your experience was with that. How did you like it? What happened? Who'd you go see? I want to know all about it because I think this might be a thing. I could travel to different places and just see a show, try out new restaurants, wrap it up in like a day or two, and come right back home. It's perfect. So I'm gonna look more into this and we're gonna get this on the books. Also, this is unrelated, but I wanted to show y'all my necklace, my heart and key necklace. I've gotten a lot of questions about it. Y'all know I have a jewelry line, secondandseed.com, and I do sell this necklace, but we have been sold out for quite a while. But I want to let y'all know, because I told y'all I will give you an update when we have them back in stock. They are now back in stock. So if you're interested and you want to buy this necklace, it is now back up on the site. And I feel like it's a really good everyday necklace. You know, you could just pop it on, but it adds a little razzle dazzle. It's not super basic. All right, so today's the day I'm about to change the couch covers. I'm finally getting around to it, and I'm really like wondering how this is gonna look. Hopefully it's gonna look good, because I don't want to spend all this time and energy changing the couch from white to black and it not gel. I don't want my all my hard work to go in vain. So fingers crossed that this turns out how I hope. And yeah, I'm really amped for it, because then if everything goes well, I can go ahead and get the rug for this area, and we can wrap this up with a bow as far as the changing of the guard, the new couch situation and everything. I can move on to other things. So this is the before, our new white cloud couch. I love it being white, but I just feel like it's washed out because there's so many light things in this house. So the goal is to add some contrast and dimension with the black covers. So let's get started. Okay, 2 pieces down, 2 pieces to go. These took me about 30 minutes. Not too bad, but I'm taking a little bit of a breather because it is a little bit of a task moving the pieces by myself. But the sun is coming out and I feel really good. So let's power through and finish it up. All right. Whew. Y'all, and here is the after. I like it, but it's definitely gonna take me a minute to adjust because I'm so used to seeing the white couch in here. But I think with the rug, when we get the rug, it's gonna really tie it in nicely. So yeah, it took me a little over an hour to change everything over, but I did it by myself and I was filming, so take that into account. It would have been quicker if I was not, but yeah, this is it. All right, y'all, so I'm about to go ahead and make me some lunch. I'm gonna be making a grilled tofu Caesar salad, and for my croutons, I don't really like croutons, so for my crispy, I'm gonna be roasting some chickpeas until they get kind of crunchy. Not too crunchy, because I don't like them too crunchy, but just a little bit crunchy. I'm gonna put some tofu on my, let's see, my little grill pan here, get the authentic grill marks, wash my kale, and then I'm also gonna make a tahini-based Caesar-esque vegan dressing. So let's go ahead and make that. I done worked up an appetite. I'm definitely ready to eat. It's 11:39 right now. By the time I'm done, should be around 12:15-ish. And this is gonna be my first meal of the day. So I'm really amped for this. Let's go ahead and get cracking.